Our prayers have finally been answered. We're getting a break from Knights of the Old Republic content, and guys, I am excited. We are going to get an emphasis on Clone Wars content for this current fiscal quarter that we have just entered this month. My goodness, guys, we have so much to talk about. We have so many fun things planned out for this quarter, it seems like. First of all, we're going to be getting reworks for these three guys who lead the animated Clone Wars TV show: General Kenobi, Ahsoka Tano, and Jedi Knight Anakin. My goodness, it's finally great to see, especially Anakin and Ahsoka Tano, to get a rework. I am super excited for that. And also, in this Road Ahead blog post we're going to read today, they're promising more reworks than marquee characters in this part of the year, which is great because last year we had Marquee Overload, and we're also getting a brand new territory battle map for Geonosis, new Grand Arena stuff. My gosh, this is definitely one of the better Road Ahead blog posts I have seen in quite a long time, people. So let's get into it and start reading what we got cooking for this quarter. Now, in case you guys didn't see, if you click on the card in the top right hand corner, you will see the Malik reveal that happened today. So a lot of news dropping for Galaxy of Heroes right now, and you know, I'm excited for this stuff here that we're gonna read in a bit, but I don't know if it's going to get treatment like Knights of the Old Republic. We all know probably Malik is going to be powerful with Darth Revin and whatnot, and kind of like how General Grievous came at the wrong time, I'm slightly concerned that maybe Kenobi, Ahsoka Tano, and Jedi Anakin will get overshadowed, but we'll see. They talk about some of that stuff in this poster. So let's read it and try to summarize some of the bits here. So this first piece right here is kind of important, summarizing communication updates, because usually they just do one gigantic vomit of big information at one time through these Road Ahead blog posts. But as they say right here, they are going to try to instead release big chunks of news, then relative silence for weeks or months. Even with the game changes, I haven't heard anything from these people in a long time, so maybe they'll start doing it in more chunks of information. And then they also go on talking about how they want to try to take the time to talk more often to explain things, because they know that information is valued, and we also know that somewhere right now, someone is reading this message aloud on a podcast or YouTube video and poring over every single choice of word. I wonder who she's talking to. Things like whether very difficult means the same thing as quite challenging, so they want to try to find more opportunities to explain their intentions and opportunities to clarify their perspective. So they kind of gave some examples. They did that with Jedi Knight Revin and Darth Revin. They gave some developer insights, yada yada. So with this, after some EA policies changed, it looks like now they can speak a bit more frequently and kind of get the community more excited rather than keeping us in the dark for so long. Let's hope they keep the promise. I know communication has been at a record low, it seems like, for a while in this game. So hopefully they keep true to that and we get some more communication. Now, character cadence update right here. So last year, we all know, who've been here for at least a year, know the Marquee Overload. Marquee. Literally, we'd get 5 marquees at once, and then the next month we'd get another set of 5 marquees, and it was just too much for people to keep up, and then all these big legendaries happen at the end of the year. So they're talking about how they've already, you know, they've tried a couple new events of Galactic Chase for the Emperor Ebon Hawk and the Emperor Shuttle, and now they're making some changes about how the merchandise marquees with Droideka. As you saw with the Droideka, they started changing the pricing and they're creating new packs for the Droideka, but they're talking right here about a shift in design for how they're going to release new characters this year, and for them, at this part of the year, they're going to do more character reworks, it seems like, than marquee characters. Let's read this. It's kind of important. Out of the core ways in which we release characters is marquee events. Definitely the most popular thing as of now. And while we will still be doing marquees, there are going to be a lot fewer marquees, thank gosh, in the first half of this year than they were in the same time period last year. Well, does that mean they're going to triple the marquees at the end of the other half of the year? We'll kind of wait and see, I hope. And instead, you're going to see more and more reworks visiting the holotable. That's what I'm talking about, people. Reworks are my favorite, absolute favorite thing that can happen in the game. Take a character you invested in for a long time, has been garbage or used to be good, and make them better. If something free to play friendly, that's exactly what I love. The reason for this is pretty straightforward. There are a number of characters that, by nature of a deep and ever-evolving game, did not perform well as they should. Are they talking about General Grievous? We're going to be tackling a number of these characters head on with all reworks. Our aim is to make them undoubtedly perform better. Let's hope that's the case. I mean, sometimes we get a new character or a rework and we just don't see much of them, and we've already seen that a little bit this year so far. However, in some cases, like in the case of the recently reworked HK47, which by the way is probably one of the best reworks Capital Games has done in just ages, I think, we changed his core identity as a droid leader by giving him a new role with the Sith Empire, in which they gave us basically they nerfed his leader ability and they refunded all the materials that were associated with his leader ability. And now here they talk about how they encounter some challenges when it comes to doing a rework in terms of design and balance and quality assurance, and other teams spend on these reworks is sometimes more significant than it would be to make a new character from scratch. Since many people already own these characters and have invested in teams to use them, it's critical we get the balance right and do our best to respect players' previous investment in any characters we change. And I say this to highlight that we try to think about all things in balance, marquees and reworks, with our eye toward different goals for the player base. And here we go. They know about Jedi Knight Revin and how he completely decimated things, and I'm worried about Darth Malak and Darth Revin. That really concerns me. And they are aware about character power, as it's an old age quandary in games like this of the issues of dominance for certain characters in the meta. There will always be some pretty dominant characters, but our hope is that a variety of competitive teams filter into the community over time and that the primary meta of the game becomes a little bit more balanced in the future. While it may not be true rock, paper, scissors meta, and while it will take some time to execute, this is the targeted end state. This end state is a reflection of some of the competitive gameplay changes, and we've slowly been making as well. So Jedi Knight Revin, he broke the game. That's, man, we fell into a dark hole when Jedi Knight Revin came in. Then once he came back a second time, the 90% of the top end had Jedi Knight Revin. It was an absolute mess. And I think right now we're in a rock, paper, scissors meta. We have Revin beats Jedi Knight Revin, Emperor Palpatine beats Jedi Knight Revin, as well as Darth Revin. Then you have Commander Luke Skywalker, who can beat all three of those teams. And then Jedi Knight Revin can beat Palpatine, and then can beat Commander Luke Skywalker, and then it can also beat Jedi Knight or Darth Revin sometimes. I think we're in a decent rock, paper, scissors state. When's the last time we used Palpatine and Vader in Arena? That's significant right there. So I'm worried they might revert back a bit with Darth Malak. So we'll see. I hope we go more towards a rock, paper, scissors, because that, in my opinion, is the healthiest meta you can possibly have. And here we go, the actual road ahead. This is the juicy stuff. This is what we're going to be looking forward to, and I'm excited. I mean, Clone Wars content has been severely neglected in this game. I mean, I hope it gets as much love as Knights of the Old Republic. That game has seriously been some of the most important stuff for the Galaxy of Heroes to date, and hopefully we see similar stuff. Hello there. When we originally planned the last year of content, we found a chunk of time for us to explore content that the studio is very passionate about Star Wars, such as Knights of the Old Republic. Did you realize we got a lot of Knights of the Old Republic? I didn't notice. Yeah, they had to put it in writing so you know that they're very passionate about it. And there's definitely a lot more characters they want to bring from the Old Republic era. We are starting to shift our focus to a different area that we're going to spend some time on. How much time we spending, Carrie? Tell me, girl. This doesn't mean every release from now until episode 9 will be from this era. I bet if it was Knights of the Old Republic, it would be. 12 a.m. jokes, people. Welcome to the show. It just means that it provides a structure for the content and some of the features we are doing in that era, whether the inspiration comes from the prequels or animated series, is the freaking Clone Wars. This is what I'm talking about. Now, here we go. The good stuff. This is going to be exciting for a lot of people right here. Starting off, we're going to be doing reworks of the trio of master duelists from the Jedi Order. Anakin Skywalker, General Kenobi. I can't believe he's gonna get a rework. This character's already pretty good. Man, I wonder how he's gonna affect the game, especially if Jedi Knight Revin already being decent. Imagine a reworked Kenobi inside a Jedi Knight Revin team. Wow. And Ahsoka Tano, a character that has really never been good. She actually had a rework way back when that paired with Anakin Skywalker, and she's never really even been good, even after that rework. And then General Kenobi's already one of the most used characters in our game, as I said, and so we will most likely focus on changes related to synergies with the other two rather than pure power, as we did with the recent changes to Bastila Shan Fallen. But the intent is for the three characters together to synergize and elevate the value of each other. We will have more to share with in their kit reveals in the upcoming weeks. We're going to be playing around in this era for quite a while, so expect to see more old and new characters from this era come to the front and center. There we go. This is what I'm talking. This is the content that gets me excited. I know everyone has their own era that they like. Some people like the sequels. Some people like Knights of the Old Republic. Some people like the prequels. I love the prequels and Clone Wars era content. So this is going to be my bread and butter. Whether or not it's going to be as important or as dominant or as successful as Knights of the Old Republic in this game, we'll have to wait and see, but I find it hard to believe. But I want to be proven wrong. Prove me wrong. We already, the beginning of the year with the initial Clone Wars content didn't impress many, so hopefully we at least get something a bit more fun going forward. And here we go. New PvE content. Territory battles has been the stalest game mode in this game. It's literally been just stale. It's been staying the same since 2017. When Dark Side Territory Battles came out, and then Light Side Territory Battles came out in, what is it, August, September 2017. It's literally been the same thing since then, and we're finally getting a brand new PvE map. And look at this. This map looks so amazing. It looks so cool. I can't wait to see this live. And with our eyes on the Clone Wars, we are thrilled to announce that around the time of the next big feature update, which will land inside one of the next 3 months, we'll be launching the first map of a brand new territory battle on Geonosis. We've been talking about this for a while. This is where the B2 Super Battle Droid of the Login Reward Month plays a role here. Man, Geonosis, new reworks, my goodness. In anticipation of the launch of a brand new map, we recently streamlined the Hoth platoon so players can more efficiently clear Hoth, and this is so cool. The Geonosis map will have new characters along with special events. We are eager to share more details as we get closer. So unless they change the rules of territory battles and reinvent the wheel here, they might have, let's say, you know how right now we have, let's say, a special battle for Imperial Troopers, Empire, Bounty Hunters, Rebels, and Rogue One, Phoenix, and whatnot. We could probably start seeing the section for Geonosians, for Separatists, for Jedi, and then for other clone troopers. We're probably getting dangerously close to a clone trooper rework, maybe some Geonosian reworks. If they're talking about reworking a bunch of stuff, and if they're going to add that specific stuff to this territory battle map, I can 100% see a clone trooper reworks happening soon. Please, let it happen. I mean, just kind of a fun fact before we start wrapping up this post right here. When territory battles first came out, especially for dark side territory battles, they really required Empire characters, and they also required bounty hunters. And back then, Empire and bounty hunters were really bad. We're talking horrible. And then eventually, Emperor Palpatine and Darth Vader rework came around. That made it so much easier. Then a bunch of bounty hunter reworks came out. That made it very easy as well. So if we're gonna start seeing special battles for clone troopers, Geonosians, Separatists, and whatnot, I really expect them to kind of give the same treatment to rework factions to help make territory battles better. So come on, let's bring it. Let's get that bread. Let's make that bread, people. And Grand Arena Championships. I've been loving Grand Arena. It's a lot of fun. I stream it as much as possible. Just today, we had the craziest Grand Arena battle. Magma Trooper unmodded, dismantling Atreya onto their team. It was so much fun. There's a card in the top right if you want to check it out. But in this upcoming update, Grand Arena Championships, we are also going to be releasing an extension of Grand Arena called the Grand Arena Championships. A championship is a multi-week series of Grand Arena events and competitive challenges where players can fight their way into more and more exclusive leagues for higher rewards and ultimate bragging rights. This next update is intended to be the state-of-the-art of a new era of competitive gameplay in Galaxy of Heroes, and over time there will be more and more ways to demonstrate that you are among the very best in SWGoH in the world. So that should be exciting. Grand Arena has definitely been a fun event. I mean, matchmaking, you know, for some people has been bad still, but it's getting better. I really hope there's more of like a real-time PvP type of thing to make it a bit more exciting. We'll have to wait and see. In Star Wars Celebration, I don't know if I'm going yet. I only have one ticket, and it's not fun going by myself to a convention, so I don't know if I'll be heading out there. And they never responded to me as to whether they'll have stuff for me to record. So I don't know if I'll go out there, but if you're going to Star Wars Celebration, head by their booth. And apparently, if you give them your ally code, you'll get some good swag. You'll get some good swag. So that's some huge news. This is what I'm talking about, people, as a good Road Ahead blog post. This is a Road Ahead blog post that gets me excited because, man, especially with the announcement of Darth Malik today, I'm like up to here. It's like, I'm gonna bust. I can't keep a straight face anymore with all this Knights of the Old Republic overpowered content that's creating some crazy high paywalls right now. It's absurd how much KOTOR just expanded the paywall atmosphere in this game. So I'm hoping the Clone Wars era is gonna be a fun one. You know, I'm not going to expect these reworks, for example, to be Darth Malik, Darth Revin, Jedi Knight Revin, but I want them to be fun. Give it something fun and engaging, and maybe a little bit more exciting than the General Grievous rework. Just give us something fun to expect. We'll see. I'm excited. Let me know down below. Are you guys excited for all this now that Old Republic is, it looks like it's officially dying down as I'm reading from this post. Let's hope the future, wherever the sun is rising, it's going to be a good one for Galaxy of Heroes. Comment down below, like the video if you did enjoy it, and subscribe because, my friends, we got a lot of stuff planned down the next few months, it seems, and we will talk again very soon. Peace out, guys.
Party Richter, Party Richter. Down, 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 down. Party Richter, Party Richter. Son of a bitch. Party Richter, Party Richter. Down, down, down.